Mode ore te whānau, welcome back to the practice run, your frontline pass to the heart of sports action. Brought to you by 99 Dreams, inspiring others to chase their dreams. With your hosts, Rawuri, Tukoerangi, and sometimes our friends, we're diving deep into the thrilling world of the NRL and rugby league today, and who knows where the game will take us tomorrow. From the try line to the sideline, we've got you covered.
So strap in as we tackle the big plays, the game-changing moments, and the stories that define legends. Whether you're a seasoned vet or this is your first hit-up, the practice run is for everyone. Every run, every tackle, every win, experience the rush with us.
With exclusive insights, couch analysis, and a touch of humour, the practice run is here to keep you entertained, informed, and part of our practice squad. Because here, every practice run takes us one step closer to glory.
The Practice Squad, where every listener is MVP, powering our play every episode, every day.
And we want to give a huge shout out to our number one sponsor, the Dream Team that keeps the dream alive. Shout out 99 Dreams for giving us a platform to do everything that we do here on the practice run. Hey, and if you want to help the practice run out, let us know. Reach out to your favorite brands, your favorite sponsors. Like, subscribe, share, tell your friends to give us a listen because, hey, every click, every download, every stream gets us one step closer to landing at least one sponsor. You know what that means? That means two can get a better camera for all of you who watch on YouTube.
Yes, it does.
No, I mean, hey, if we ever got sponsored, we'd probably just reinvest it back into the show anyway to ensure that you guys have a better product. Or if they just send us gears, then we'll just wear gears. Or if they send us drinks, we'll just drink the drinks and we'll shout out their product. And, it's a vibe waiting to happen, I think, anyway. So, Fano, get at your favorite brands, get at your favorite sponsors, and tell them, get on the practice run. It's where you want to be. It's the future of sports podcasting here in Aotearoa and the world around. Because we're your two favourite hosts, Tukoerangi and Aori. And in today's show, we've got GM Mode coming back for week 2. And guess what team we're doing today at the whānau? Bum, 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 bum. The referee's favourite team, the Bulldogs. We'll also be analysing the weekend's games from round 18. Don't forget, we won't be doing our Origin preview this episode. We will be doing it on Thursday's episode. So if you want to hear our thoughts, opinions, and where we think the key matchups lie, tune in on Thursday to listen to all of our opinions that really don't matter or eventuate into anything. I've never seen anything we say come to fruition. Sometimes it does. 9 times out of 10 it doesn't. Look at me, I'm still 0-18 at the TAB. Other than that, yes, we have our team of the week and we will check out our power rankings for round 18. This could be sponsored by your brand. All you've got to do is get on in touch with us, and you can check us out at 99 Dreams NZ on all social media platforms. We have started putting up some social media, some reels, some little clips, if you will, of some of our episodes. So go and check those out, whānau. It's kind of more cringe as a reel because you have no context whatsoever. It's just us yapping.
Yeah. Oh no, that's not good.
Speaking of social media, brother, how's your week been, and how's your socials going for your BFT challenge?
Week has been pretty good. We're halfway through the challenge now, week 5. The body is sore training for this high rocks. Days are quickly running out. So we only got 6 weeks now till we head over. So 5 weeks of training. The last week pretty much be a taper. Won't be doing much. Just be moving. But yeah, we had our last full run through or full simulation, if you can say, on Sunday, and the body is slightly better, but it is still sore. So I need to work on my recovery and all that. The social media stuff, man, I don't know how they do it. I can't. It's not for me. It's I think you're either made for it or you're not. I just am not made for it. but we'll keep going. We'll keep pushing, keep putting out just these one post a day. That I can do. I can do that like one a day. Just make sure I have some already lined up and all that. Just need to stay ahead of schedule pretty much. But no, yeah, I'm way out of my element, way out of my depth. But it was good learning, I guess. Hey, good thing to dive into something new and give it a go. But yeah, it's definitely not my forte. Not a fan of it. But had to put one on for the team. Had to lead by example pretty much. So try my best. But that's pretty much been me, man. What about you? What you been up to?
Hey, brother, they say humble beginnings, my G. Humble beginnings. You got to start somewhere with social media, and it starts with your first post. Who knows? You could blow up and be New Zealand's biggest fitness influencer. You could be up there with, what's his name? Jaden Lang from, what's that thing? Survivor Series or something. Yeah, he's just a good guy. All-round good guy.
Yeah, another one. Yeah, nah, not me. That is not me.
Me? Yeah, so things have been going steadily on the Wrenched Throttle channel, where I go and do streets and eats. Bro, I almost got run off the road the other day. It's on the video too. You can go watch that. Some old dude, right? He's a geezer. I'm pulling out the gas station on my bike. I'm heading left. It's a one-way street. In Taranaki, we have a few of those. There's 2 lanes. There's a 2-lane one-way street. He's pulling out of McDonald's. And instead of, pulling into the right lane that he's supposed to be in, and I'm in the left lane, he tries to just jump straight into the left lane. And I'm like, yo. And so, yeah, the thumbnail is this car, like, almost hitting me. His license plate is in the video, too. I'm calling him out. Like, I put, whose koro is this? It's some old koro. Yeah, so I'm like, bruh. For those of you who don't know, koro is like a senior person, like an elderly rest home kind of person, and a BMW nonetheless. BMW drivers cannot drive at all. And then, yeah, I've been sick most of the weekend. My nose is a little bit nasally. It's hard to breathe and speak at a very fast rate, which I'm struggling with in the intro. I don't know if you could hear it in my breath, but I was out of it by the time we got to the end of that intro, man. I was like, hell, how long is this? So, yeah. And I'm also, one thing I'm doing over on the other channel is just linking everyone back here. I've decided, because it takes like 15, 20 minutes to ride somewhere, I'm giving 5-10 minutes of my thoughts on on an NRL game while I'm on the bike, just yarning. So yeah, everyone who listened to that got a preview of what I'm about to say tonight in regards to my team. But yeah, look, other than that, I'm just enjoying getting out, man. It's a good excuse to get on the bike and just go for a cruise, having the secondary channel. It's good for the whole water. And I went out to this fancy bar the other day, and like, it was $20 for a cheesecake. It was deconstructed. I had like crumbs on my plate that they kind of glued together with some applesauce. And then it was like these little half circle cheesecakes. It was like white chocolate casing, and inside was cheesecake filling. It was actually really good. Really good. It was $20. And then I got these little fried chicken bites that were like garlic honey sauce on it. That was delicious. And then obviously a couple of craft beers to wash it all down in the meantime. But bro, those craft beers had me toasty after 2. I was like, I gotta go home, man. I'm not getting home if I have another one. So yeah, we had to call it a day there. But it was good fun. And if you want to go check that out, go head over to Wrenched Throttle on YouTube. We only do YouTube for that at the moment. But yeah, that's what we're doing. We're plugging both channels, and we're trying to get sponsorships on either one, so it can feed back into one another, and we can just start, blossoming, they say. But hey, for you regular listeners of the show, enough about us. You know what time it is. It's time for, and this could be sponsored by your brand. It's time for Paper Scissors Rock, brought to you by Lower. The Tauranga brand, Lower. I just see you wearing the Lower hoodie. If you don't know how this works, it's just paper, scissors, rock. Paper beats rock beats scissors, and scissors beats paper. No one's keeping count. We just play for fun now. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, shoot. And up. Oh, he got me. You're on a bit of a roll now. You took my roll.
Yeah. Had to happen eventually, right? You've been on so many rolls. I was due for a roll.
It's slowly
Yeah.
evening out now, eh?
Yeah.
Because there was that long period there where it was just shit. I was winning everything. So it's good. It's
Yeah,
good to see
you really
some parity coming through here. So look, last week we introduced this new segment called MyGM Mode. We're now into week 2 of GM mode. We're keeping track currently in our minds of where all these players are. I'll update it this weekend. Remind me this weekend, Fano, to update this list so we can see where all the players are at, who's in a free agent pool, and whoever's left over in the free agent pool. I think we'll just assign randomly to teams to fit out their 30 at the end of it all. But yeah, this is kind of just a playing it by ear, playing fantasy. You know, one thing the NRL doesn't have is trades. It doesn't have freaking transfer windows, and it doesn't have huge opportunities like this to make cash money. So, and NRL League Live lost its license, so we can't even do this virtually unless someone sells us a disc for like $500, which I ain't buying. So yeah, look, we just have to. Oh yo.
I was just thinking on do we know anyone that's got like a modded PS4 or like and it has got the game on there? That might be the only way I could think, eh?
Well, because I've got the disc PS5, so as long as we get the disc, that weekend of the grand
Yeah.
final, you, me, Benja, we can put it there and we can just simulate it.
Might have to be a go away.
So if we just hunt that disc down, we could be in.
Could be in the go.
Could be in the go. So stay tuned, Fano. But anyway, I'm gonna hand the reins over to Tuku Irongi. It's his week as he looks to rebuild or stabilize his Canterbury Bankstown Bulldogs.
Yeah, so it's my turn now being GM mode, and obviously we're starting with my Bulldogs. And I'm gonna be honest with you, man, I struggled a little bit. Didn't know which kind of way to go. And we were talking about it off camera. It's a lot easier to rebuild a team when you're losing, because then you can kind of just get rid of everyone and bring in, like whoever you want or whoever you can. We're in a predicament with my Bulldogs. I feel as though we're a year early. I didn't expect us to be this good this year. This is kind of what I envision next year. But everyone's buying into Serraldo's philosophy, ways of doing things, and Stephen Crichton obviously leading the way for us. So I've kind of had to pivot. In general, I like our team. Like I like who we have. I think our 17 is quite strong. We got good depth. We got a lot of young players coming through who I think are future NRL. I don't know if they're stars, but I think they're future NRL players, which will contribute to our, maybe not necessarily our team, but to the league. So when I was looking at this team, there's pretty much the obvious one that we're needing is a 7. That's kind of like numero uno, priority number 1. Priority number 2 is I think we are still a prop short or just like a forward short. So those are kind of 1 and 2 on my list. And the third one would have been potentially like an X Factor fullback is where I was looking at. I was then looking at our team to see where our strengths are. We do have, I think our strength is in that second row for the likes of Kikau, Preston, what's his name? Salmon's doing good, or Salmon. And then obviously you got Satili coming over, but I think Satili's going to be playing in the middle for us as opposed to on an edge. And I think our wing stocks are not too bad with the Fox, Carrez, Skelton, and Wilson. Centers were pretty rock solid with Critter and Bronson Cherry, Eddie Carrez if needs can shift in. And we got this young dude who I don't know if he's gonna. I really like him. His name is Jordan Samrani. Center, second row. He's a name to look out for, I'd say. But anyway, so when I was looking at this team, I was looking how could we get better. And honestly, it just looked like that we're just going to be re-signing a lot of players. Is kind of my thought. I did have a thought about kind of making a splash move and that was to bring in an elite fullback, or I think it's an elite fullback. Not saying that Connor Tracy isn't, kind of one that maybe give us over the edge. And then one name that I thought of was Pep. The reason I thought Pep
Oh, yeah.
is because they've already got his replacement in the wing with Whaolonga, and I don't know if they'll let him go. Out of the two, I'd probably go for Whaolonga just because he's younger and he kind of in line with our team. But I'm pretty sure he just signed like a long ass deal. And Pep's always injured, so I thought maybe we could get him. And I also think they're a wing short as well. Like you got Coates on one side, Warbrick on another. Oh no, is that mine? Warbrick, bit of hit and miss. So the one that I thought that a trade they might go for, I'm not actually going to pull the trigger on this one, but just talking you through the thought process, was pretty much the trade was going to be Josh Adokar for Pep.
Try and send Josh back.
Yeah. You know, I mean, Josh had been there before, so that was kind of where I was going with that. But I'm not going to pull the trigger on that, so Josh is staying with us. I have faith in Connor Tracy, and Tracy's also there for a few more years. So that was going to be, it was going to be Tracy back to the wing. Oh no, Tracy back to centre. Centre or wing, one of the two. And then Pat would go fullback. But moves that I've got, a lot of it's honestly re-signing. So it would be re-signing Bronson Cherry. Hopefully he would want to stay. That'd be one. Who else needs to be re-signed? Josh Curran, I'm re-signing him. He's not going nowhere. Bailey Hayward, young gun. He can play hooker. I think he can play in the halves. He can play in a few spine positions. At the moment, he's playing that ball playing lock for us. I'm re-signing him. Drew Hutchinson, I'm going to let his contract run out, so we don't plan on re-signing him. Liam Knight, he's not going to be there anyway. The sevens, I really couldn't think of one. You took Moses, which is the one that I thought would be perfect for the Bulldogs, but he might even be out of our price range. DCE is just a little bit too old. Same with Reynolds, too old. I can't really think of one that lines up with the timeline of all of our players. Sam Walker, I just think he's a bit too expensive. I don't think we got a mil in the cap anyway. So we'll have to look at someone that's in like I think we might have 700, maybe 800. But I'm pretty sure we don't got a mil. So then the one that came to mind, and pretty much because he's informed this year, was Tamati Martin. He's one that jumped to mind straight away. Didn't realize he was that old. I was hoping he was a little bit younger. And then, because we've got Mitchell Woods coming through, but he's still I think he's 2 years away. So we need someone, and I think that's 2 years away from debuting.
Oof.
We kind of need someone that can.
What about Fogarty?
Oh yeah, I shouldn't even think of Fogarty. You know the classic out of mind, out of sight, out of mind?
Yeah,
just because he's been injured for so long, you just forget about players like him. The one I was thinking of actually was from the Super League, George Williams. He used to be the number 7 for the Raiders. But he's, I think, older than Tamati Martin. He's just not quite 30, 28, 29.
Oh, true. Ugh.
Yeah, but he was one that I was really thinking about. I think he's good enough to play in NRL. The other one that I was thinking about from Super League was to play our fullback, Jack Welsby. I think that dude's a superstar, honestly. St. Helens, I think he's already captain the England team. Used to be fullback, but I think now he plays number 6. If he comes over, I'll put him back to fullback. He's young ass. He's only 22, 23.
Where do you watch Super League?
You don't watch look, I don't watch Super League, but because I watch the England games sometimes, when they play. But I know Jack because when St. Helens beat Panthers, in that World Cup challenge 2 years back, he just stood out, and he would have been only 21, 22 at the time, and he was just different. So when you see them come over and you see a player that just stands out like that, you're just what's he doing? He needs to be playing in the NRL. I honestly think he would do really, really well over here. So it's the same with Bevan. What's his name? Bevan Finch. Used to
Mm-hmm.
play for the Eels.
Yep.
He could come back and play over here. Like he stood out for me when they played against Panthers. A winger, fullback winger, turn number 6. Just got all the skills in the world, eh? But again, those are the two I was looking at. But I say that to say this, I actually wouldn't sign any of them. The last player I was looking at was Brandon Smith, not to play hooker, but to play lock. He's got Bulldog written all over him. I reckon we could do his barnstorming runs. I had him picked either as our starting lock or coming off the bench.
Yeah. I was
Could
going
be
to
that
ask
impact
that.
player. Yeah.
Off the
And he
bench,
wouldn't have
lock
to
and hooker.
play. Yeah. Like he could give Reed some spells, but he can just be that impact 40 minutes a game, maybe 50 minutes a game, just off impact. It's kind of what I was thinking. And I knew he was off contract too. And because he hasn't really been playing well, I also assumed his value might come down a little.
Yeah, I'd give that.
Because he's on, 800k now. Well, that's what Zero Tackle reckons.
How much is he? Oh, how old is he? Sorry.
Let's have a look where you, Brandon Smith. 800k, it reckons. 28.
28.
I don't see him getting 800k for his next deal.
Nah, I'd say maybe between 650, 750. Like 750 if it's a bidding war. Like 750 if it's a bidding war. So say you want him, I want him at the same time. You go 650, I go 7, you go 750.
Yeah.
Like I don't see him just going straight up 750. Like it's got to be two clubs or more clubs want him at the same time.
Yeah. So he's one that I was thinking, and I was going to sign him till I realised we had already signed Satili Tupanua. He kind of mucked up a lot of what I wanted to do because I forgot we got him. So, yeah. Annoyed is what I was.
We're
getting annoyed.
We're depleting these Roosters, or we're thinking about depleting these Roosters. So it'll be an interesting thing to try and rebuild this Roosters.
Oh! One more player I was thinking of signing off, and only because he's a free agent, but I don't think we'd actually get him, was Taylor May.
Oh,
recently
yes.
released by Penrith.
Yeah.
Star player. Actually, I might just get him in case.
Is he allowed to play, though?
Yeah, well, that's the other issue, right? Is he allowed to play? I don't know.
So
He's currently I think he toured whole KL, wherever his brother is over in Super League. He's toured their facilities, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, so he's not NRL capable at the moment?
I don't know.
Because I know he's not allowed to play for this season, and he's not allowed to play NRL until that whole Raru's cleared up. That's what the article said.
Yeah. Well, there you go then. Another one that was on the radar. Couldn't quite pull the trigger. Just the most boringest GM mode. Talking about all the moves I thought about and wanted or was thinking about doing. But Martin
why'd you choose not to? What talked you out of these moves?
What took me out of the Pat one was I'm pretty sure he makes more than I would have liked him to make.
Yeah.
And it was also thinking of I just know we got the young ones coming through, young fullback we got coming through. I think his name's pronounced Josiah Papali, or however they pronounce it, Papali. He's quite good, eh? He's really good. He's come for our system. Bailey Hayward's come for our system. That Jordan Samrani guy, I think he's come for our system. We just got good players and good spine players too. Mitchell Woods, obviously, he's coming for our system. Joseph O'Neill, another one. So players that are I think a few years are away, but they're there. And they're playing together currently, and I can see them all making the NRL debuts. If not next year, maybe give it another year. So I think a lot of it is just us. We just have to stay and kind of re-sign our young ones. And I don't want to overpay for someone that's only going to be there for like a year or 2 years.
Yeah.
This kind of thing. The only one I would overpay for would be a 7. But then again, I'm like, would Tamari Martin fit in our team? Or are we just captured in the moment? Because he's having a great season. I'll give him that.
Well, I think he plays better in the 7 than he does at the 6.
Yeah. And we do need a 7. And I think Toby Sexton, if no one else is really like putting their hand up to get him, we could sign him on cheap, kind of, or just sign him on the current deal that he is.
Yeah.
Because I wouldn't be opposed to because to my head, we just re-sign him for like another year, or maybe if not a 1-year extension, just 2-year extension.
Hey, yeah,
If
just play it out,
at
see how it goes.
we have him, yeah, right. Like that's what my theory is. Like if there's not a move that's gonna like absolutely shift the needle in our favor, like Sam Walker, I don't think we're getting him. Obviously, you got Moses. Jerome Hughes ain't going nowhere. Nathan Cleary ain't going nowhere. Like, what other 7 are there? Adam Reynolds is a no because he's just too old. I can't see a 7 somewhere that's gonna get us over the hump that we can afford and actually get. I just don't see it. So it's like, well, let's just stay the course. Pretty much we're re-signing all of our young ones and we're not letting any of our core go. We're just going to build with them and ride them out. And either they're going to get us to that next level naturally or organically, looking at maybe the next Penrith Panthers. I highly doubt it. I don't think that can ever be replicated or done again. That's like a one-off. But I think we can be competitive for a long time to come. And I'm okay with where the team is now and where we're going. Because I think this team is set up for success this year. I'd say for the next few years. 2-3 years. If we continue on this trajectory, I don't know if we're going to ever win a premiership. I couldn't tell you that. But I'm liking what I'm seeing. I'm thinking we're a top 8 team for the next 2 to 3 years. And then hopefully by then, we got the young ones that are coming through and they'll just take over. And hopefully we go from being just a top 3 team to maybe having a stretch or a top 8 team to have like a 2-3 year stretch where we're a top 4 team. That's kind of the plan with it. But I'll tell you what, though, you give me a year like Kyle Oluwapu, I haven't given up on. I don't even know if he can play again, but he ain't going nowhere. I'm not releasing him, I can tell you that much. Hayes Perham, yep, you're out. You're not coming back. Chris Patolo, again, I think just keep him on the cheap. Liam Knight and your blonde hair, you're gone. Don't ever come back. Tom Amone, we got him from overseas. From Super League. We signed him on 2 years. I don't actually know. The other player from Super League, actually, and we signed him before, but he never played a game for us because of the COVID. John Asiata. But I think he's too old now. But that's one player that I would like. A ball playing lock goes a long way, and I know he is definitely one of them. But yeah, look, I like our team, man. Kitione, you're out. I will never forgive you for that missed tackle. Skelton, I'm re-signing him. Toby Sexton, re-signing him. Ryan Sutton, too many injuries, brother. You're gone. Blake Taff, yeah, you're still young enough. Saint Tedovano's gone. We're not allowed to talk about that player. Turpin, I think he could maybe turn into a coach or just controlling that other team. Bronson Cherry, re-signing him. All I see is a lot of people that we're re-signing, really, and no one that we could get out on the current market's going to move the needle enough for me to make the move. Unless, who knows, man, you're GM for what, a few more teams, eh? Maybe you make me an offer that I can't refuse, and then we'll go from there. But look, the team's going to stay the same. We're just re-signing everyone. And it's going to be hard for anyone to poach any of my players, because it's probably going to be a hard no unless it's really going to swing it my favour. But yeah, so sorry for that boring ass GM mode, Fano. But it's It's the first one, and when we come to the off season, we might have to revisit it because I'm probably going to have a lot more to say when I know certain players are off contract. They might actually shift the needle in our favour. But we will stop it there for now.
Yeah, well, what was I going to say? When the right offers come your way, I guess you'll decide whether or not to move players. Why don't you talk about the one hypothetical, and we'll play that out at the end of the season once we finish the season full of MyGM mode. But we'll talk about that hypothetical we threw out there for that one trade for the one player that I wanted from your team that kind of fills a need that you're looking for on your team.
Is that the one? Oh, the critter for Welsh one.
Yeah. There's a few questions I have around this trade. As my first one is, who are you playing at Cena?
Well, I mean, originally I just threw it out there because I thought it was going to be a no straight out of your mouth. That's why I said Welsh. Because I was just
when we're losing,
straight.
Like I said, when you're losing, fuck, everyone's available.
I was expecting a straight no, to be honest. The obvious one is shift Carrez. Shift Carrez into centre, and then that means Wilson or Skelton takes their spot. Yeah. Oh, no, Connor Tracy. He just shifts there.
Okay.
Yeah. So
not as good, but it's still a good backup.
Tracy moves down. Huh?
Not as good, but it's still a good replacement.
Yeah. There would be. Yeah. Upon reflection, it probably would have been Carrigan that I would have asked for more.
Yeah, that would have been a straight no. Him and Payne. Nah, those two are locked in. They can't be moved. Same with Moses. We just signed Moses, so we're not looking to shift Moses. Reese is 50-50 just because he's quite expensive. I don't know if I want to pay that premium just to keep him. Whereas,
I mean,
if we did a trade,
man, right?
100%. That's what I mean. So if you did say you offered that up, I accepted it. I'd shift Cobbo to fullback. He can hopefully bring us GI vibes, and Critter would obviously take that centre spot.
Yeah,
I think that would be a well-rounded team.
Mm-hmm. I mean, just the thought of having Welsh there, I feel to me, he sells tickets, right? So if he's thinking business, like he puts bums in seats. And that was also the reason why I didn't pull the plug on the or pull the trigger on the Edo car trade, because I know he's still popular. Everyone loves the Fox, so I need him to put them bums in seats, mate.
Because he's that little flash. He's that show and go. He's that brah.
Yeah.
he's the Fox, man.
He's our media guy. He's everyone's favorite. So yeah, I need that guy. I need him.
He's the Paul Heyman.
Yeah,
I need him to. Heyman.
Need him to move merch, man. He's my merch guy. When they have these jerseys that you can actually get with the numbers on and players' names, he's the one.
Hey, that's all we're doing in this fantasy league. We got player names, ladies and gentlemen. Ain't no anonymous jerseys no more. If you want that number 4 Stephen Crichton, you can get it. If you want that number 1 Reece Walsh, if you want that number 13 Patrick Carrigan, you can get it in our fantasy league. All right. So, who am I building, rebuilding, or reshaping in next week's MyGM mode?
Oh, that's right. I was meant to give you a team, mate. Let's start. Real quickly look at this. Wait for it. Oh, actually, just because I'm interested to see what you would do, I'll give you the Knights.
Oh,
You can
yo.
have your boy see what you do with his team.
Simply the best, eh? Rebuilding the best. Interesting. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I
because I
actually, not gonna lie, I think somewhere the other day, I actually started building up the Knights just for a lol.
hey, I want to see what you do with that fullback. That's what I'm interested to see. What are you gonna do, mate?
Where did I put it? I'm gonna actually take a quick look at my phone. Hold up right there. I just want to
Yeah.
double check to make sure that I did keep. Oh no, I do. It's on paper here. Is it? No, that's the Broncos one. I think I did have a tutu though. I have made a stab at it. I just don't know where I put the paper. There's so much paper in this office, man. I'm gonna double check my phone. I wouldn't be so mad if I didn't keep it because no, I didn't keep it. I spent like a good. I was supposed to be doing other things, and I spent like a good 40 minutes rebuilding this team.
Yeah.
There's a few players I moved on. A few I was like, who's this? So that's going to be a fun one. I look forward to that. I will do that for you guys next week on MyGM mode. So join us on Tuesday next week for MyGM mode. Now, looking ahead, we are breaking down round 18's games. Full disclosure, I was sick, so I missed half of these games. So we'll just tap into some of the storylines and what's going on instead of giving you a game breakdown. But that's okay. I think that's just how we're evolving it now that we're into this gritty end of the season. We're looking at those storylines, things that need to happen for each of these teams to win. Looking ahead, it's Thursday night. We've got the Parramatta Eels hosted, the South Sydney Rabbitohs. Now, what did it cost the South Sydney Rabbitohs to get this win? By the sounds of things, it cost them everything. The latest news out of the Rabbitohs camp is that we've lost Latrell Mitchell for about a month or so. Now, all you haters, you're going to have to enjoy rugby league without him. It ain't going to be fun. It ain't going to be fun. It was a highlight watching him have his runs, man. He looked good on that Thursday night, I thought. The game started off quite slow, and I was wondering, of course, this would be the week that we don't have a Thursday night banger. That, of course, it's the Eels and the Bunnies. Two sort of run-of-the-mill teams where everyone's kind of like, meh. But the Bunnies found a way to pick up some steam late in the first half, and they carried on into the second half. I thought Jack Whiten had a really good game, not just scoring, but just where he positioned himself on the field. He had that heads-up awareness. He played quite well, and I think the way him and Cody Walker read each other on each side of the field works out really well. And that combination that Cody and Latrell have to get Gagai that ball, bruh, that was nice. That was clean. It's going to be sad, man. It's going to be sad without Latrell. The Bunnies were on a hot roll, man. They were really rolling. It's good, though. Jai Gray, he's going to come out with a big job. His job is to maintain this momentum for the Rabbitohs. And you know who I think is the real unsung hero of this Rabbitohs momentum?
Who?
Keon Kolomatangi.
Oh, yeah.
Holding it down in the middle, man. I think he is the common denominator in terms of this Rabbitohs success. Since he's been in that 13 jersey, things have been looking up for these Bunnies, man. And you got to give it to the coaching staff for shifting him into that 13 because it's really helped this Bunnies team shine. Obviously, a few other positions helped take the spotlight off of Keon for a little bit. Obviously, the superstar that Latrell is, he's always going to take some of that spotlight. And then moving Jack White into the 6 stole a little bit more of that spotlight. The Parramatta Eels, I don't know what it is, man. I don't know what it is. You've got the number 1-7 in the comp, like for New South Wales right now. And when he comes back to clubland, he kind of looked like he should be playing reserve grade. The team just doesn't really get around him. He's still making those big time kicks, but it just seems like there's no direction. It seems like the backs can't get any plays off him. The forwards, I don't know, man. Like, do we hit the panic button? Is the season over? Can they at least fight back and finish middle of the table? Like, not top 8, but, middle tier, not wooden spoon? I don't know. And yeah, I think the icing on the cake for the Parramatta Eels was that Mitchell Moses Simbin in the 75th minute. I think, yeah, that was kind of a brain fart moment. I was just like, what's going on here? Why did he get sent off? Because I think I went and grabbed a drink, come back, and Moses was getting sent off. So that had me. I was like, lol. But yeah, there needs to be some changes to this team next week. They've got a new coach, so hopefully that settles things down with them. They've just signed Jason Riles to be the head coach of the Parramatta Eels next season, so hopefully that settles things down. People know where they're at. Parramatta staff will probably be thinking, can we bring him in sooner? Because whatever's happening there at the moment, it just isn't working out for them. Full credit to the team, though. They play till the final minute. Getting a consolation prize by Bryce Cartwright in the 72nd minute, just for it to be sort of countered with Jack White's 76th minute try. But yeah, look, Bunnies look to be rolling. I hope they can continue rolling for the good of the game. But yeah, it's going to be hard to do without Latrell. But as long as they got Keon Kalormatangi, I'm sure they'll be fine. What are your thoughts on this game, bro? And what are your projections?
Yeah, I'll tell you what, when I watched it, it reminded me of how good both these teams can be. In years past, this would have been, a banger. And I did think it was actually a good game. I did think it lived up to the Thursday night banger. It's just so funny that normally when they play, right, it's top of the table clash or top 8, So to see these two teams battling out at the bottom of the table is different, but I think the intensity was still there. Yeah, man, just I know with Latrell not being there anymore, it kind of you just don't know how these Rebels are going to go now because they were a team that you did not want to play. But the way they were moving, everything going good, and the Eels just. Maybe I should have given you to rebuild them, but I don't know, man. I don't know where you go. Honestly, I think the season might be a wrap for them by now. Could they even? They can't make the playoffs, right? These Eels?
Nah.
Look, they're way too out. They are 8 points off 8th spot, right? I mean, albeit they do got a bye, but other teams will have buys as well. So I just can't see them making up that difference. They need a change. They had to win that game and pretty much win every game. It's just not their season, man. They've gone back and, hey, rebuild time. But yeah, Rabbitohs, great win on a tier, 5 in a row, but without Latrell being there. And if he really is going for the season, not saying that they can't make a run at it, because they do have momentum on his side. He's a big part of their team. Big part of their team. So I'm going to say because of that, I think they both end up missing the 8A. And I think when I did my later prediction, like last week, I think I had the Rabbitohs either just make it or just miss it. But I think not having a child there swings it not in their favour, which is a shame. But yeah, look, but no, great game to watch. I thought Rabbitohs just went to another gear. They just went. It's just when you have like your best players actually getting the ball, it makes such a difference.
Oh yeah.
Cody Walker, Jack White, and doing their thing. Keon Kalormatangi holding it down at 13. Murray is looking better, with every game. I mean, Cook's looking better. Hey, funny how Cook looks good when Murray's on the field, eh?
Got that big bopper.
Got that quick play of the ball, like just makes all the world of difference. But yeah. So that's pretty much all I've got to say on that. So let's head on to the first game of Friday. This was the game played at Oh, this stupid stadium, Coffs Harbour. Between the Sharks and...
Where's Coughs?
I don't know, bro. It's an international stadium. My ass it is. No idea. But anyways, between the Sharks and the Titans, and the Titans came away with the victory, 20-16. And to be honest, these Sharks pissing me off is what they're doing. I felt as though I've watched this game like before. I felt as though I watched this exact same game last weekend when the Sharks played my Bulldogs. And a weekend before that, when the Sharks played whoever they played, felt as though this last little month, the Sharks have just been on repeat. They get off to shocking starts. The other team jumps out to an early, 12-point lead. The Sharks get back into the tussle of the game. They go into the half down. They absolutely dominate the second half. Probably should win the game, or they even take the lead and look like they're gonna win the game. And then, lo and behold, something happens and they end up losing. I've watched the story too many times now. It's frustrating. And because I always think the same thing. Nah, they're going to turn it around. This is the week. Last week I put down to we were at home. We've won every game at home, so I'll give us that little edge. But I thought, nah, they're going to turn it on. Well, Nicholas Hine missed a few kicks. They missed that sitter in front. This time here, I'm like, the Sharks are at home. Surely they're not going to lose against the Titans after not what happened last week. No. And literally I'm pretty sure it was either the first set or second set that they had, where freaking McInnes drops the ball. And I was like, oh no. Are you kidding me? Kieran Foran gets a try in the 6-minute mark. 7 minutes later, Chris Randall gets a try. And I was like, you're shitting me. How many times are you going to get smoked in the first 10 minutes and end up being down? It's not a recipe for success, man. All the good teams, right? Well, actually, most of the good teams, that they can win from anywhere. But they also know the opponents of at least starting off good. You just can't do it every week, man. Every week you're giving up. You're spotting teams with a lead, pretty much. I feel as though whoever they play next week are going to go into the game already up 10-0. This is how often it's happened. And I don't know what they need to fix or how you fix it, but their starts are just letting them down. 3 weeks in a row now, I felt where they've should have won the game. They're just chasing the game from behind, and you just can't do that. Got to give it to the Titans, though. Boy, they looked good. Their first 2015 looked dominant. But again, the Sharks, they show us what they can do in the second half, but they always just leave it too little, too late. And you just can't do it. You just can't. I mean...
Can't.
Talakai...
Not against any team.
Exactly, not against any team. Talakai, obviously, I don't think that was a sin bin. But then, you watch the slow-mo. Yeah, I guess so. It's in line with what's been called. So he had to go. But yeah, I don't really got much to say other than I think I'm out on the Sharks. I really am. Just too many times. I still think because of their schedule, they will be a top 8 team. But I think their grip on top 4 is slowly loosening. And they better watch out because my Bulldogs are just around the corner. We might be able to slip in. You never know.
Hey, man, with the referee's help, you guys can accomplish everything.
Damn right.
Let me attack these Sharks real quick. Let me attack these Sharks real quick, man. Look, where do I start with you? Hopeless, pathetic wannabes. Nah. Look, man, you fooled everyone. You didn't fool us. We said at the start of the season, and we've held true to that this whole way through. We were saying, look, the Sharks look okay. They've been helped out a lot by a friendly schedule early on in the season. That's why they were rolling. When they got beat by the Tigers, at the first half of the season, I was like, oh, okay. I think they're pretending. I don't think they're the real deal. Fast forward, a few more months, we start to see the decline. And look, I'm absolutely gutted it's come at, the downfall of Nico Hines, who, prior to Origin was having a Dalian season. And ever since, it's just something's happened and he hasn't quite been able to recover and bounce back. Speaking of the bro, he might even be on the sidelines for a little bit. Might be beneficial for him to just sort of, get back to who he is. No pressure. The team can do what they want. It's not on you anymore. You're having a spell on the sidelines. I'm waiting to see confirmation of it. There's nothing confirmed as we are recording, but it's a potential for an injury. He sustained an injury at training, but yeah, if he is injured, it will be interesting to see, how long or where those defects are in the Sharks team that they need to sharpen up. And it's not going to help. Talakai is suspended until round 21, so that's not going to help out at all. Sione Katoa comes back this round. Is he their centre?
Sione Katoa winger.
Yeah. So they'll probably welcome him back. Yeah, because who's Atkinson Daniel?
He used to play in the halves, eh?
Oh, true.
Used to be a fullback too, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Yeah, look, it's just, you can't start late against any team. You have to come out firing. Your defense needs to be locked in from the kickoff. And they haven't convinced us they can do that. And, you're a waste of an 8 spot if you can't defend in that first 20 minutes and stop leaking tries, if you can't force tries on yourself. If you were a top 4 team, you can't play like that, because come grand final season, you're over and done and won, buddy. That's it. Season's over. You took up a spot for what? When you got teams like the Titans who show that they can play. They've just got to tidy up a few things in their own game, but they show they could be in the top 8. Bunnies are on they're on a fast track to come in. That's a spot that, should be taken up by a quality team. Bulldogs, obviously, they should lock up a spot. Dolphins should lock up a spot. There's quality teams that I can list out there that are far more superior than this current Sharks outfit. Can they turn it around? Yes. Will they turn it around? Not sure. So, yeah, that's all I got to say about them. Titans, well done. Big win for you guys. Wins just keep coming in. All you had to do was sort of get the monkey off the back, and ever since then, it's sort of just been steady. They haven't been, on a roll, but you've been steady. You've won games that you shouldn't have, and you've lost a few that you shouldn't have. So, yeah, Titans, I think, just keep doing what you're doing. I don't know where the hell they are in the ladder. Let's have a quick look. You are still down the bottom. Awesome. Good on you. Well, you're one win away from surpassing the Warriors. Who do the Warriors have coming up this week?
Let me check that real quick. Do they have
a bye?
Yeah, they got the bye.
Yeah, they've got the bye. And the Titans don't have the bye. No, they do have the bye.
No.
Wait, do they?
Nah.
No, they don't. They're playing the Eels. Oh, no, they do have the bye. Oh, man, was it? No, that wasn't savage enough. Because the Eels are without, of course, Mitchell Moses. And the Titans still keep David Fafita, which is a controversial one. We'll talk about that on Thursday's show. So do make sure that you tune in for that, because Billy, here's a piece of my mind. Yeah, so look, Titans can't make the 8 this season. I'm sorry. You're struggling to make the 14. So, yeah, season started a bit too late. But I like the way you're finishing it. You're finishing it strong. I think you could make it into the top 10. Definitely make it into the top 10. You've just got to keep on your winning ways, Gold Coast. But up the Titans. I think I did call that one too. I wasn't buying into the Sharks bullshit. I think we both went Bunnies. Pretty sure I went Titans.
I went Sharks.
I wasn't buying them. You went Sharks?
Yeah.
Ouch.
Because I'm an idiot.
I was just not buying into their BS. And then in game 2 of Friday night, I think for the second week in a row now, I picked against the Broncos, and I was correct. Yeah. So far, three for three. Not that I wanted to be. I actually, yeah, I'm more impressed with the way that they held on defensively. You know, Broncos team of this past month, you would have expected that score to be a lot higher from the Panthers. I expected it to be a bit of a rout. I didn't expect it to be as close as it was. And, 6-14 is not that exciting. But defensively, I thought we held on there. I thought we gave it a good nudge. And Dylan Edwards definitely helped keep us in the game with his 2 missed kicks. With, at halftime it being 6-4. Here's where, obviously, full credit to the Panthers. The things you guys are doing this season are amazing. Keep it up. It's phenomenal. Brian Tall's having a great season. I think by the end of his career, he'll go down as the greatest winger of all time. Luiz just steadying the ship, man. The things he's able to do at 6 and 7, it showed me that he's matured a lot as a player. He's not actually getting under everyone's skin like he used to in previous years. I think with the absence of Cleary, he's kind of taken on a leadership role. You see him being quite level-headed out there, because normally we see him big plays up in someone's face, standing over them while they're on the ground. He'll throw the ball at them. He'll cost you a couple of penalties. We haven't seen too much of that in the absence of Nathan. So full credit to Luai for that growth there. And I thought the forwards, man, the Bash Bros just punching it through the middle there. They played outstanding, I thought, especially James Fisher-Harris. I don't think he ever took a backward step that entire game. Liam Munn, I think he got set down, or someone set him down. I'm pretty sure I saw at one point, showed he was human. That was nice to see. Can't remember who did it though. Might have been Cobbo actually, which is hopefully not shades of what will happen in a week's time. Sorry. Now to the Broncos, to the breakdown that you guys, I feel like you guys wait for this every week, just to see what I can pull apart this week from this team. And like Tu said earlier, it's easy when you're losing. It's easy. But Tu, what would you do, right? You've got a good winger.
Uh-huh.
Would you shift him into centre and then put a centre on the bench and bring in another winger to play on the wing? So now you've got 2 wings, one playing out of position, one that's been off form, and then you've got a centre who can play centre, but you've got him on the interchange. Maybe he'll come in late in the second half or not at all. What would you do? Would you just put that centre, take him off the bench, start him at centre, and then leave that winger where he's supposed to be? On the wing?
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense, right? You would assume that just makes sense.
Yeah. I don't know what he was thinking shifting Dean into centres. He's been the best strike winger that we've had all season for the Broncos. He's almost scored 2 tries a game this season, every game he's played. He's obviously had a couple of games where he's been out injured, but Dean's almost guaranteed to score a try. He couldn't at centre because that's not where he's naturally
used to,
lined up. Yeah, he lines up on the wing. He's a finisher. He uses his speed and acceleration to get on the outside. And there was opportunities where Oates was on the outside and he had space, but no pace. What are you doing out there? If Mariner was out there, he would have had the space and pace to get over the line. Well, hypothetically. That would have changed the whole shape of the game. But no, Kevin went with the old dog, Corey Oates, who, I used to like Corey back in the day. Back in the day, he used to be the man. When was this, like 2013, 2014?
It was
good.
It was a while.
Yeah. We're turning back the clock. Now he's kind of giving me like Darius Boyd vibes when he came back to the Broncos. We're not talking Dragons Darius. We're not talking Newcastle Knights Darius. We're not talking early Broncos Darius. We're talking end of career Darius. Yeah, man. So look, not happy with that decision at all. a bright light, but also a sad one in the same swift swing of the savagery that is the NRL. As Jock Madden had a great game, finally answered all the social media critics, myself included, and rugby league is a cruel world sometimes, man. He had the best game I've seen him play this season, and he went and chased down a try, and the bro told his hammy. I think he's out until after Reynolds comes back. So, now we are down to our last halfback. Jolly Rogers is back. If he goes down, Billy Walters is now our first choice half, which means Smoothie to starting hooker and
Blaze.
Moser.
Yeah, Moser.
Yeah, Moser is on the bench, which is good for him, but it's going to be tough. We still have Corey Pakes available, but I think he's played himself out of favour. I don't know what he's done. I can't even remember the last time I seen him play, but he hasn't played this season, but he's available. I don't know if we'll ever see him, but yeah, look. As they say, when it rains, it pours, and it's definitely pouring down on Broncos fans. We're losing a lot of key players in a lot of key positions. I don't actually know how many players we've got left. Let me have a quick look at the injury board. Let's go Broncos. I don't know how many players we've got left. Yeah, so Ben Takuta's out for the season. Madden's still to be confirmed. Jack Gosuiski's still to be confirmed. Adam Reynolds is now around 22. Was 21 the other week, so now he's been pushed out another week. Fletcher Baker's 22. Staggs is due to come back. Oh, Ricky's due to come back this week. So those are the two players that we, could definitely reuse. I'm looking forward to seeing them both back in the squad. Yes, that's one person I was missed talking about. I know Tony Staggs had to be away for a tonguey, so there's no ill will towards the bro there. But his defense was definitely missed on that edge on Friday night. Like, had he been there, not saying that he would have stopped the try, but it would have been different defensively had he been there. So had we had a full street team, well, mostly full, I think it would have been a closer competition than what it currently was. But yeah, good signs. It was good signs to see the Broncos pull together for a little bit more of a defensive effort. But yeah, I don't know where we go from here. Maybe further down the ladder. Where are we in the ladder? Where are we? 10th, 11th, 12th, 11th. Okay. We're not down too badly. We still suck, but... Oh. So if the Cowboys, Knights, and Dragons lose this weekend, we can... And we win. We can jump them by points differential. Oh, if we beat the Dragons, the Knights and Cowboys, they both have a bye, right? Cowboys.
The Cowboys
Knights.
do. The Knights.
So if the Knights lose to the Seagulls and we beat the Dragons,
you can use the ladder predictor down bottom. Do you ever use that?
So the Cowboys will still be in the 8. We will be 9th. Nah, never. I just hypothetical.
It's quite good. I do it, eh? And it moves it for you.
Oh, that's all good. Oh, maybe I'll try that next. So that'll only move us into 9th, though, because I'm looking at the points differential here. So the Knights and the Dragons. So we have to beat the Dragons, and the Knights have to lose to the Sea Eagles.
Yeah.
And that would mean the Broncos jump to 9th.
Yeah, they jump.
Cowboys will automatically stay in the 8th because they got the bye. Yeah.
And the other games.
However,
don't
if
really matter.
the Knights, if the Knights win, then I think they stay in 9th. And we'll either way, we're either jumping the Dragons or we suck and we're losing to the Dragons.
I reckon here, if the Knights win and you guys win, the Knights jump up to 6, but that's also dependent on other results, which would be crazy.
So Dolphins should beat the Bunnies. Can you put that in your predictor?
Dolphins beat the Bunnies, yeah.
So Dolphins should beat the Bunnies.
Yeah.
Sharks should beat the Tigers.
Yeah.
Titans should beat the Eels. Broncos. Dragons beat the Broncos.
Oh, what?
Knights beat Manly.
So that one reckons Knights jump to 7th, Dragons to 8th. You guys will stay at 11th.
Okay, where's the rest of the field look like?
Everyone else
1 through to 8.
They kind of just stay put pretty much. Storm, Panthers, Sharks, Dolphins, Roosters, Bulldogs, Knights, Dragons, they pretty much all just stay.
So on the outside looking in, I only say that Broncos lose to the Dragons is because the Dragons, they keep Jaden Sewer this round. Ooh. He didn't get picked up for game 3. So the Dragons only lose Lomax and Hunt, and they still managed to pick up a win over the last Origin period. So, and we haven't won for 2 months, so I know who I'd put my money on.
You see who you guys are facing.
That's my breakdown of this Broncos game.
In round 20, you guys got the Knights in round 20. It's going to be a big one.
Also, we need to beat the Dragons, so then the following week we can beat the Knights to try and jump them to get into the... Fuck.
Yep.
You know what I wish, man? I wish our players declared themselves ineligible for State of Origin. I wish. Could you imagine if like Reese, Selwyn, Payne, Patrick were just like, nah, we need to win some games at club level. Imagine how dramatic that would change both teams.
Be crazy.
Let's talk about that on Wednesday. Yep. I'm going to write this down.
Your guys' season ain't over yet, eh?
But you give us your breakdown of that game.
To be honest, I was not really watching that game. These are 4:30 get-ups, 4:30 a.m. wake-up time for Saturday morning, isn't it, eh? Hopefully we get someone else at work that can take my Saturday shifts. It might be the goer, and then I'll be able to watch these double headers because this 10 p.m. kickoff just ain't it. Your boy needs sleep. But from what I heard, man, I heard you guys were courageous in defeat. You know, everyone was saying Broncos played well, but you know, once again, you're coming up against Penrith, who are just a different beast, and they're hard to beat. It really is as simple as that. But I don't think your season is over yet. I think it's still doable. There's still enough rounds left, but you guys are short on stock, specifically in the halves. So that just doesn't make it any easier. It's Origin week coming up, so you've got your stars not there. A lot going against you. And you're facing the Dragons this week who aren't, they used to be another bye round, right, last week. They're not anymore. You got to actually show up and beat them, or they'll beat you. So it's going to be tough. I'll never say never, but it will be tough. And in terms of Penrith, they just keep it rolling, pretty much. But that's about all I've got to say, really. Nothing really else to add. You pretty much covered it all. Hopefully that will of death. Looks like we're good.
Yeah.
But anyway, where are we? On to the first game of Super Saturday at Accor Stadium. Of course it was a highly anticipated match of the week. My Bulldogs against the Wars. And what a game it was. To be honest, man, I thought when I was watching the game, I thought we started off great. For like their first 10 minutes, I thought we really controlled it. But I'm pretty sure someone gave away a penalty And from there, it was pretty much all Warriors. From like the 17th minute to pretty much the end of half. For most of that first half, I thought the Wars played better. And honestly, they were a level above us. They felt like they came to play, thought they believed they could win this game, and they came in with that intensity. Our first try was a bit of a fluke. Tamari Martin tried to throw that, what would you even call it, like a face ball? Skip the second rower, try to get it to Artis, I think. Luckily, our man Birdo read it, and he got the intercept and gave it to Sherry to finish it off. It was going to be a try either way. If Burden doesn't get it, Artis, I'm pretty sure, goes in untouched. But luckily, Burden got it. We got the momentum. And then off the kickoff, what happens? We get the ball, pass it to the bro Samuel Hughes, who proceeds to knock it on straight away. And then from the very first play, from that scrum, you got Dallin jotting down in the corner. Instant respawn, and they blitzed us for the next 5 minutes. Because, of course, their other winger, another former Bulldog, everyone who follows this podcast knows I cannot stand Dallin or Marcelo Montoya. They both suck in my eyes. But they both play with venom. Obviously, their former club being the Bulldogs, and they put on a show. You have to give credit where credit's due, man. Marcel just pretty much told Carrez Narbolt, just set him down, which was pretty disrespectful, I thought. But yeah, you could see it, man. And then from there, we had moments in that first half. I think we had about 3 attacking sets in their 20. But then it was, I think, a short ball, and someone made the tackle and knocked it on. And then from there, the Bulls just got up, or the Wars got up. So they went into the halftime leading 12-6. Honestly, should have been more. That's how well they were playing. They were completely on top of us. But then, their toll of injuries just started happening, started piling up. I think it started with Chance. He got, I don't even know what happened to him. I can't remember if he got concussed or was a leg injury. But he was off.
I think hamstring.
Okay. So with him gone, RTS got shifted to fullback, which actually made me more worried. And then I can't remember if Dallin got injured in the first half or the second. No, I think it was the first half.
Yeah. Head knock.
I want to say first half. Yeah, head knock. Oh, that's right. He got a Cat 1 as well, eh? He got a Category 1 head knock, so he was done for the rest of the game. Couldn't even come back, and that was ruled on the field too. So
he was knocked out though.
Yeah. So now you lose your fullback. You've already lost your fullback, and then you lose one winger. Well, on the other wing, Marcel Montoya ends up pulling up limp, so he's playing on like one leg. And what do? Nah, let's not attack him. Let's not attack either edges. We're just gonna go up the middle. Not the greatest or the smartest plan. Anyway, second half comes. William kick out from a spot perfect kick from Toby Sexton. Scores. We're now locked up 12 all. And then just that second half of the second half pretty much was just all war of attrition, I felt. Man, I really thought Mitchell Barnett really went up a gear. He played so well. His carriers were strong. Our Bulldogs were really just running out of steam, which is hard to believe because Marcelo Montoya then went off. So now you've lost your back 3. I think Capewell got shifted to centre. The young buck who made his debut got put to centre. RTS was at fullback. Pompey got shifted to one centre, I'm pretty sure. And I can't remember who was on the other wing. Was it? I can't remember what happened. That's how crazy it was. But you're down 3 players. You're 3 backs pretty much. And we just couldn't, the game plan should have been just go early ball, an early shift. Shift one way early, use our speed, And if it doesn't work, maybe go to the middle and then go the other side. But we had to go into, pretty much shifting the ball early. We didn't. And honestly, the last 10 minutes was pretty crazy to watch. I was at the Bros' house with all the WA supporters. They weren't happy while I was cheering, and then they were happy while I wasn't. We didn't want the game to go to Golden Point. I thought Burton was going to win it. We set up perfectly, right in front. He hits the upright. And then probably the most controversial moment, right? What was it? 78th minute, 77th minute? Te Maire Martin looks like he has a clear kick. Doesn't kick it due to our quick, I guess our markers got to him quick enough to spook him. Sidestep, passes the ball, and just gets smacked by Salmon. They're both down. Play continues. I think there were like 3 or 4 other passes. Nothing comes of it in the end. It's a turnover ball, I believe. But both of them are still down. So something clearly happened. They show the replay, and Te Maire Martin clearly gets hit late, and I'm thinking, oh my god, that's game. It's a penalty. I'm thinking he's going to get sent off, actually. And I'm watching how Salmon looks, and he looks like his jaw's broken. Blood's just piercing out of his mouth, and he can't control it. But you know what happens when you have a great accountant? Oh no, I'll take that back. When you have a good accountant like you do at Bulldogs, magical things happen. Because somehow that play got cleared by not only the ref, but the bunker as well. Nothing came of it, and it was just a play on. Which is unbelievable to me because it was late. I'm not afraid to admit it. It was late. I thought it was done. There was a clear penalty every day of the week. And then, of course, come to find out that Salmon's now...
Apparently not.
What? It's just...
Apparently not. According to the rest of the bunker, apparently not. All goods play on. According to the real refs and the rule books, it's a penalty, and there's nothing you can do about it. It's just a hard luck. We missed it. Sorry.
All day of the week, it's a penalty. We didn't want it to go to Golden Point because obviously the All Blacks were about to start. So we had to do the old duo screen. The Waz got the main screen. The bro put the All Blacks on the little phone. So we were watching both games at the same time. So we managed to see the haka on the phone. Goes to Golden Point. Both kind of have their chances, but not really. Birdo missed a few kicks. I thought Harris Tavita had his moments as well. Thought Barnett was really, really good. He got them within striking range. No one could nail the kick. We're going to the second half. I actually thought in Golden Point you wanted a kick off first. Because then you could you use their kick off to try pin them. So then when they got a kick, you should have, if you've done it right, you'll have better field position on your first set, if that makes sense. So you kick off, try pin them inside their 40, then they kick off, hopefully you get the ball at your 30, and then try set it from there. Goes to the second half, again, no one's really had a chance or had a clean look. Cometh the man, cometh the hour, 2 weeks in a row. Birdo gets the ball, slots it perfect. And of course, my Bulldogs end up with the W 13-12. Overall, I don't think the Waz played better. I thought we should have won considering they didn't have their fullback and they didn't have their 2 wingers. And our boys just looked gas. Which I don't know how I feel about that because, we had our whole team. And we looked more tired. They looked like they out of enthusiast or had more energy. And I do have to say that young buck that made his debut almost wins the game with the Waz on that break. He went around Cherry, who by all accounts is meant to be just as quick as the Fox. And he just reckons laid a bowl. He then does our fullback and was that close to setting up the winning try. If he had a pass to the wing, whoever it was, Waz win. But we'll take it anyway. I'm glad we got it. I think we might have just come one step closer to ending the last season, which is pretty sad to see. But my Bulldogs, honestly, top 4 is doable. But the competition is still so tight, so we need to just keep winning. But I'll hand it over to you, man. What were your thoughts on the game? What were your thoughts on that call? And then, yeah.
Yeah. What gets me with this system is, why does the NRL have to come out afterwards and say, yeah, no, we fucked up, that's on us? The referees in question don't get any, they're not fined, they're not dealt with in any way, shape, or form. It's just, hard luck, it's the way it is. You've got all these technologies in place to reduce all of these factors happening, and it confused fans, it confused the commentators, were confused. They were like, whoa, what's going on here? There was a late shot, that's the Warriors penalty in front. And to be honest, I don't give a fuck who won or lost the game. All I know is I just love to call out the referees and the NRL when bullshit like this happens. So it's my time to lock in. I give as much hate to all referees and referee systems as I do to my Broncos when they're losing. So this is going to be fun. Great game, by the way. Great game. I really enjoyed that game. It was a close contest. Even when the Warriors lost all their players, they showed a lot of heart, grit, and determination to stay in that game and to get it with, golden point. Where does Sean fit in that story? Who knows? Not sure yet. I think maybe, like I said, when he came back from the first injury, just jam reserve grade for a little bit, get your footy feels back, and then we'll talk about where you go next. Because Sean's still a quality player, and we're not here for any Sean slander. I was a big fan of SJ growing up. I met him at R&V one year, so no Sean hate from me. I just think he should go back to reserve grade. Just get comfortable with the game again. Find your rhythm, and then come back and tear it up at the NRL level. No one will see what happened. Like, they won't see it coming, sorry. Bulldogs, a little bit surprised there that you, like you said, didn't capitalise on those mismatches. If that's the Panthers, that's exactly where they're going. They're when they see a wounded animal, they go and attack it. So, lost opportunities there for the Bulldogs to come away with the win in normal time. Both teams struggling with fatigue late in that second half, but they both battled on and were better for it. I want to know how much this took out of that Bulldogs team, man, because that would have zapped them. Both teams, really. But, that would have zapped a lot of energy out of them, a lot of life out of them. There's still a long way to go to get to the end of the season. So, yeah, it's got to be interesting to watch them moving forward. At least, they haven't been too affected over this origin period. I think, is Burden 18th man? I didn't actually check that. But
yeah, apparently he's been brought in for cover.
Yeah, because Best has been cleared. I just read an injury notice. He has been cleared, but I guess Burden's in there now just to make sure. So that's going to be, tough. Do you guys have the bye next week?
Yes, we do. Along with half the league, we get our bye, and I believe this is our last one. So we play out the rest of the rounds.
Well, much needed. So yes, back to the NRL, the bunker, the referees, the judiciary. How do you say that word? The Judases. How do you call yourself a credible league when you can't get the officiating right? Even when you've got replays, you can play it at normal speed, you can play it at slow speed. It still was a late hit, and it was a bit high. Yeah. So, where was the Warriors' ball at all? Because it was a handover after that too, eh? Bulldogs had the ball.
Mm-hmm. It sure was.
So, this isn't the first time this has happened this season, and it's definitely not the first time it's happened with the Warriors. I think the last time this happened, a certain CEO spoke out about it, and then the NRL, they threw their toys out the cot and threatened to sue him for a large sum of money. He then apologized to the NRL and to the reffing system and said it wasn't, him. The NRL's power hungry, man. They don't like being told that they're wrong. They don't like being told their shit don't work. But it doesn't sometimes. Like, it might be the greatest show on earth, but man, they're ruining it with some of these calls. The coaches are already sick of the six again. They're calling that into disrepute. Now with the bunker, and we've had issues with the bunker over many years. Like, how can you have a play with the Montoya hit where we could go back, a few tackles, but you can't even look at this properly? I think had the Warriors had their challenge, they might have been able to go back on it and actually talk about it a bit more. They might have had a leg to stand on when it came to arguing the point. But when you don't have the challenge and you can't really get into it with them, because I know even if the bunker had cleared it, you can challenge it, and then the ref would still have to go through that process just to clear it once more, and the bunker can take a proper look at it, and the whole crowd can get in behind and go boo or whatever. But I guess when you're playing at Bulldogs home, and the refs haven't had a good time there before either. There was that incident. What year was that when the Bulldogs fans threw bottles and shit at the referees? So I can understand their want to not sort of put themselves in harm's way as per se. But yeah, look, things aren't looking good for the Warriors. This is a tough loss, and it's going to be a tough one to come back from. But never say never. You've got the season ahead of you. How many games? 8 games left. No, 6 games left. And that's it. You got to win them all. Got to win them all, Fano. Good luck. Over to the rest of the games. Look, I'm not going to lie. From here on out, I didn't really watch them. For some dumb reason, I decided to watch the All Blacks game, and that was a huge mistake. That was the most boring game I've ever seen in my life. I hate rugby. It's so boring and slow. Why do we have scrums? How you only score 16 points? How you only win by 1 point against England? That was dumb. That's a game we don't even need to talk about on this channel, Fano. Union? Nah. Boring ass game. They kick too much and they don't run enough. Although I will say, shout out Sevu Reece. You had a mean game. It was good to see. My guy, fly. So yeah, who am I going to? Tigers, Storm. Storm pumped the Tigers. I did flick over at one point. Tigers were winning. It was 2-1, and then as I flicked over, Pep scored a try, and I was like, oh yo, GG's in the chat, I guess. And then yeah, looks like the Storm just rolled on from there. What's scary about this, is it doesn't matter who's missing. It doesn't matter who's playing. Storm can still get shit done. No, Harry Grant, no problem. Haven't had Cameron Munster for most of the season. No worries. Tyrone Wishart has now become a sought after free agent when his contract comes up. It's really showcased his ability to ball out this season. So full credit to Tyrone. Wherever you go, buddy, I know you got to ball out. Our boy Jack Howarth, I think he was one of the best centres in this round. He just, phenomenal, making those minutes count. And he's done that now for the past, 2-3 games that he's been starting for the Melbourne Storm. And we've been saying that, give our boy a shot, give our boy a shot. And hey, this is what happens when you give our boy a shot. He takes it with both hands and he goes running with it. So shout out my boy Jack Howarth. I'll get to the Tigers shortly, but what I'm looking at is the hypotheticals for Melbourne. I see them finishing top 1. They're definitely finishing top 1 or 2. The Panthers, depending on how long Cleary's out for, I think the Roosters could surpass them, especially after the way the Broncos managed to hang on in the weekend. If that's how they're going to play, then I think, the Rooster could surpass them and Melbourne Storm go 1-2. Panthers 3. Maybe Bulldogs in that 4th spot. I don't know. That 4th spot is up for grabs, but that's how I'm looking at my 1, 2, 3. And, if Melbourne are in that 1 spot, that'll be versus you guys then, if you make the 4.
Yeah, it would be. It would be.
Oh, so that's the first round straight through for Melbourne. And you guys will be coming back for week 2. That means it'll be, then it would be
We got the home game, that second one.
Panthers that the Storm would go up against. Yeah. So then the Panthers would probably play Melbourne, because I'd assume Panthers lose to the Roosters. Oh, nah. If Cleary's back, I don't know, man. this Roosters team's annoying me. I hate the Roosters, but they're firing, bruh.
They're good, really good.
I think it'll be an even match. I'd say Roosters over the Panthers, but that's because I wasn't counting in Cleary being back. Cleary back. Panthers maybe just. I want to see Melbourne Roosters in the grand final, not Melbourne Panthers or Roosters and Storm playing in the semi, because that's the grand final I think I want to see. But yeah, Tigers, I don't know. You guys are warming up for the wooden spoon, but it looks like the Eels are running away with that battle. So maybe you guys won't get it. But that's my take on this. What's yours? And sorry, Fana, if there's long pauses and delays between our responses, we're getting a lot of lag in this episode. Yeah. So we're struggling, but we're pushing through, Fana. So please bear with us.
No, you pretty much hit on it. I was going to talk about Jack Howarth. I think he has to stay at their centre spot now, which might be the end of Remus Smith at the Storm. Because I still imagine Meaney, when he's healthy, would be the centre. So that's kind of my prediction, that it's Meaney and Howarth in the centres going forward. And I think our boy deserves it. Give him that spot, man. Give him that centre spot, I tell you. He'll do great things. Other storyline, obviously, Nasser Sofa Solomona only played 20 minutes. Didn't finish the game. I think it was a hammy. But again, the continued rise and dominance of Hughes. Smokey, once again, for the Dally M Award. He's my pick to take it, and I hope he does. Be another Kiwi boy in the first Māori to win that Dally M, which would be super cool, and he deserves it too. West Tigers, I don't know.
Has Benji won it before?
No, I don't think so. Benji might have won a golden boot, maybe, but not Dally M.
Yeah.
Well, not that I know of. I don't think so anyway. West Tigers, pretty much what we expected. I don't know, man. Just get up for next year as far as I'm concerned. And yeah, I really don't got anything else. This was a stock standard game. I think we all saw this. I don't think any of us saw the West Tigers scoring 28 points. So got to give kudos there to score 28 points. But, you gave up 40, so who really cares? You know what I mean? That's all I've got to say. On to the last game of Super Saturday. Just like you, I watched the All Blacks play. And I was gearing up because I had my full High Rocks run through Sunday morning. So I pretty much didn't even bother turning this game on. I was pretty tired, pretty naked. Woke up to see that the Sea Eagles got it done. And of course, the classic Cowboys. I didn't pick them. Oh no, I picked them to win. And this is what they do to me. Annoying. I was interested to see how Turbo would go. Didn't hear much from him. No one really talked about him, so I'm assuming he didn't go that well. But it seems like it was another story, DCE, he knows how to win games. Got the job done when he needed to, and came away, the 2 points for his team. Storylines coming out of this. I don't know, man. Don't really have much. Just Cowboys again. I'm confused by them. And that's because I don't watch them play. Everyone on this podcast knows I don't watch the Cowboys play. I never know who Reece Robertson was until game 1 of Origin. So it just goes to show. Not saying that they got a bad team, but they just don't move the needle for me. Seagulls. Yeah, kinda. But again, shout out to Saab for getting his hat trick. Ruben Garrick doing his thing on the kicking tee. But honestly, don't have much to say about this game. It was a game that didn't get me up and out of my seat when I seen it. You have a team that I never watch in the Cowboys against a team that I also don't watch. So you put the two together. It's not likely I'm going to win it. So I don't really have much to say. Congratulations, I guess, to the Seagulls. I was kind of hoping the Cowboys would win because I picked them. You hooked that up. Now I don't know if I can trust the Cowboys again because they're just not doing it for me. But if you have anything to say, bro, jump in, join in. I don't really have anything for that game.
Yeah, let me jump in real quick. The Seagulls-Cowboys game didn't have a lot of weight in the landscape of the ladder. I think the Cowboys just fell one spot and the Seagulls moved up one. The Seagulls, I think, had more to lose in that game because of the draw against the Warriors. With them having 1 point off from everyone else, they need as many wins as possible to stay in the 8. Because everyone else is moving up in 2s, the Seagulls are moving up in 1s. Well, they still get the 2 points, but it's only, one more or one less than the other teams. Because what are we looking at? Differential, even if they had the 22 points, they'd still be below all those teams there. But as soon as, Cowboys, Knights, Dragons score 22, they automatically leapfrog the Seagulls and they drop right out. So, low-key hoping they lose this weekend because that means the Broncos have a chance to jump them in the next round. And, yeah, that's happy days for us. But look, the Cowboys, they've got one more bye up the sleeve, eh? This is only their second bye.
Ooh.
Them and the Roosters still had that extra bye up their sleeve, eh? Because they had the last byes
Yes.
out of every other team. So they have a little bit more leeway than everyone else. So look for them to stay, I think. Well, the Roosters will definitely stay top 4, but I think the Cowboys, with that extra bye, might help them stay around that 7, 8, 9 spot. So I don't think they're going to drop below 11, but I don't think they'll climb above 6. That's my predictions for your Cowboys and Seagulls there. Where are we going to next? Who's the next game? Roosters and Dragons. Look, mate, I'm not going to lie. I was bloody sick. I was in bed all day. So you'd understand my surprise as I wake up the next day to the Roosters absolutely hammering the Dragons. Poor Dragons, man. It looked like a rough outing for them. I do know that it was wet weather, slippery conditions. I did catch a little bit of it on one of my trips to the bathroom. But yeah, just a strong, dominating performance by the Roosters. And you know what's scary about this is, we're getting closer and closer to the end of the NRL season, and the Roosters just keep finding new ways to fire on all cylinders, man. They are humming right now. They're giving me Max Verstappen vibes. If you don't know who that is, he is dominating in the F1. But also, shout out to Lewis Hamilton yesterday. He completed his 9th victory at Silverstone Grand Prix, the most by any Formula One driver at one particular course, surpassing the great Michael Schumacher. I was about to call him late great because I thought he was dead. He's still alive, apparently. Michael Schumacher's just on mad brain surgery from his crash. But yeah, shout out Lewis Hamilton. I know we don't really do much F1 quarter on here, but it's always good to celebrate the GOATs of every sport when you can. And speaking of GOATs, shout out John Cena, who's announced he will be retiring at some point in 2025. Man, that's going to be a sad day. I think I'm going to when he comes on that comeback tour, that farewell tour, I'm buying the WWE app again just so I can just make sure I can watch all those pay-per-views as long as he's going, man. I'm going to be there. You talk about Reece Walsh getting bums in seats, John Cena, go and get me back in the game, bruh. He's a GOAT. He's a legend, so shout out Mr. Cena. I hope at his final match, the crowd, this is the chant that I because his whole gimmick, his whole thing has been, you can't see me. I wish at this final match, the whole crowd just shouts, we can see you. We can see you. I reckon that would just be that'd be the perfect way to just end it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. I have I don't really talk on the Roosters games anyway, so over to you.
Well, just like you, my body was pretty much shut down after my full High Rocks run on Sunday, so I didn't even catch these 2 games in. But I'm not surprised. They went how I thought they were going to go. The Roosters absolutely smacking the Dragons. And you pretty much said it, man. Dominant victory from them. And they are proving they are going to be an issue. Along with you, I can't tell who's going to win between the Storm, Penrith, and Roosters. But I do think it would be one of those 3 that lifts the trophy this year. I think it's going to be hard for any other team. Unless... Well, actually, the one other team I could kind of see it would be Souths, but with Latrell gone, I just don't see it happening anymore. Unless some team just goes on a big tear, I think this is going to be the 3. And they've proved it pretty effortlessly over the last few weeks, just how good they are. And I don't even know what it comes off the back of. I mean, obviously you had Jared's record-breaking game. You know, he's now played the most game for the Roosters in club history. Which is crazy to me, because I feel as though he's suspended every other week. Or he's injured. Like, I wonder...
He's just been playing for that damn long.
Does it say how many games he's missed due to suspension?
No, that's a good stat. That'd be a good pub quiz.
We could look at? Because how close would it be to 400? Because I'm thinking it's like seasons.
Nah, not that close.
But I'm thinking it's going to be like
1 or 2 seasons worth.
Right? 1-2 seasons worth. So if it's 2 seasons, we're looking at what, 50 games? It's got to be something crazy like that. Well, you never know, because he's always good for a penalty.
Gee.
What?
I just typed in Google, how many games has Jared? And the rest of it goes, Waria Hargreaves been suspended. Like, I just typed in how many games has Jared?
Yeah.
And it's given me, like, the rest of the search.
What does it reckon? Is it much or no?
But it hasn't... I can't see. There's not one definitive answer. It's just articles. Okay. And I'm not reading a whole article.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, I guess
we'll come back to it.
Biggest storylines coming out the Roosters, right, is the pending free agency of Sam Walker and what's he doing. We are going to assume that he is going to be locked up and be a Roosters for a long time. They should have the cap space. I don't know what the signing of Chad Townsend was for, if I'm being honest with you. I don't get it, unless you want him to be part of your coaching staff later. But I don't know. What are you doing? But yeah.
Jared's 5 years away from playing for 20 years.
That's ages. Wait, 5 years away?
That's ages.
That's ages.
Yeah, so he started playing in 2009.
Hey.
So if he plays 5 years in Super League, he's been playing for 20 years.
As a front rower, so hard to do, right?
As a front rower. Bro, he probably could have surpassed 400 games if he never got suspended.
Yeah. If he never got suspended, never got injured, he would have easily been at 400. I'm confident of that. Super confident. Look, I don't really know where the Dragons go from here, to be honest. They're still in the mix for the playoffs, but we're going to see how they do with their schedule coming up. But Roosters just keep rolling. Dragons, full Dragons can surprise you, right? I think we knew they were going to lose this game. But there's also the odd game where you think they're going to lose and then they surprise you. They end up winning it. And they seem to be definitely clear by the bottom of the table because I think they're also beating those teams. But we're going to leave it there, then go on to the last game of the round. The Raiders against the Knights. It's, GIO Stadium in Canberra. Final score was 12-16 to the Knights. And once again, I think this was another game that I got wrong. The return of Kalen Ponga at fullback, Bradman Best at centre, Dan Gagai, someone that just continues to roll back the clock. And in terms of the Raiders, talk about the Raiders for a bit. I don't know. Another team that I just don't know. It's crazy to think we are in reviewing round 18 and we still have question marks on certain teams. You would think you would know most teams by now. To be fair, I feel as though we do know the Raiders. I felt we said this months ago when Fogarty went down. I was like, oh yeah, they're going to be close to the bottom of the table. They surprised us because they went on a bit of a winning spree, but now everything's kind of come back, equalised, and I don't know, they just feel stuck. Knights, I felt, needed a victory. Somehow they are a lot closer to the top 8 than I think, which is weird. Like, just the way that they've been playing this season, real hot and cold. I expected them to be that higher than I would think that they are. In terms of the game, I think I watched a couple of moments from it. Not really much. I know Greg Marju must have dropped the ball in his own 20 once a game, but also scores a try once a game. Just did his thing. But I don't really have much to say, man. Hand it over to you. What did you thought, or did you have any storylines coming out of this game?
Look, man, the main storyline that I was looking at for this game is I just wanted to see how they flow, how they work with Kalen Ponga back at the 1. First game back and the first time for a long time. Does he take touches away from Bradman Best, who's been, in scintillating form lately? Hence the nickname, simply the best. But it turns out that Dan Gagai took the spotlight this week, as Best maybe was hanging around with a slight, was it hamstring or calf? Niggle, we'll call it, because he cleared scans yesterday, so that's a good sign. Also good to see Will Price doing his thing. The Raiders, I thought, were unlucky, I think, not to win this. They shifting Raps out of fullback did them good, because I did see one moment there, he was on the wing and he looked sharp out there. Again, on one of my various trips out of my bedroom, I managed to catch glimpses of these games. Yeah, in terms of storylines, I don't think the Raiders make it. I don't think they make it. Knights, I think these 6 teams are fighting each other for a spot. Broncos, Dragons, Knights, Cowboys, Seagulls, Dolphins. These 6 teams, they're fighting for their last 6, 7, 8 spot over the next coming weeks. I think that's the way it's going to go. Could be wrong, because you've got the Bunnies, Raiders, and Broncos all sitting on 18 points apiece. But let's be realistic. Out of those 3 teams, who are you picking to be the succeeder of them all? The Bunnies? Maybe. If Latrell hadn't got injured, I could see Bunnies, surpassing both Raiders and Broncos to make that surge into the finals. However, Kyle injured. So now it's reduced to Broncos, Dragons, Knights, Cowboys, Seagulls, Dolphins, and they're all going to make one last large push at the playoffs. Other than that, look, good to see Knights doing Knights things. I'm excited to see Bradman in a Blues jumper once again, and I'm a little bit nervous, Kalen Ponga on the bench for Queensland. Again, we'll talk more about that on Thursday night's episode, but look, just things for us to sort of spark that interest now. But yeah, look, good game, good way to end up the weekend. Look forward to this weekend's games. A shorter round means less games. And hey, I think the NRL, listen, bro, we've only got 1 game on Sunday. We've got a Thursday night game back. But we've still got that 10 p.m. Friday night game, though. That's just stupid.
Fuck, man.
But, yeah. But all in all, we got a Thursday night game back, so it could be a banger. I don't know if it will be, but it could be a banger. This actually might be the first Thursday night non-banger. It's the Dolphins and Bunnies. So we'll talk about that come up on Thursday. But that's it for round 18. All right, Fano. We're going to have to do something a little bit different today just because of the lag. I'll do the power rankings if Tu does the team of the week. He'll read out all the players in the team of the week, and I'll read out all the players in the power rankings. And this week we are brought to you by Tissot. It's your time. Tissot watches, man, look, it's clean. I forgot I was still wearing it from my job interview today. I don't actually wear too much jewelry, but yeah, we got the Tissot watch. So if Tissot, you want to sponsor your boys, man, let's get in on their action, man. Some of their timepieces are timeless classic. They are Swiss made since 1853, ladies and gentlemen. That's Tissot. It's your time. And this is our power rankings. Kicking things off, there are no movements in the power rankings in the top 4 this week. So the top 4 look like this. It goes Melbourne Storm, Sydney Roosters, Penrith Panthers, and the Canterbury Bankstown Bulldogs. Moving up 3 spots in 5th place, we've got Manly, Warringah, Seagulls, and because the Dolphins had the bye last week, they stay put at 6th place. The Titans jumped 3 spots from 10th to 7th. The Cowboys dropped from 5th to 8th. The Bunnies jumped from 11th to 9th. The Sharks dropped down from 7th into 10th. The Warriors from 9th to 11th. The Knights go up from 13th to 12th. The Dragons drop from 12th to 13th. The Broncos stay put at 14th. The Raiders stay put at 15th. The Tigers stay put at 16th. And the Eels holding it down at 17. Over to you for the team of the week presented by who's your sponsor?
I thought the team of the week is always sponsored by the one and only 99 Dreams, is it not?
Well, yeah, but
it is this week.
Give us your best 99 Dreams sponsor.
No, we'll go one better, eh? We'll say this week is... Who do we got here?
Sad.
Team of the week. Team of the week this week is sponsored by none other than yours truly, the Natural Confectionery Company. Snakes. Always good. Always coming through. Full of the sweets. Anyway, your team of the week is at fullback. We're just going to go here, just run it through 1 to 13. At number 1, we have James Tedesco. On the wing, we have Brian To'o on one side, and then Mr. Hat-trick himself, Jason Saab, on the other. At the centre pairing this week, we have Jack Howarth, who's proving his worth, and Dan Gagai, the vet, he just gets it done. In the halves, we have Jack White and dominant performance from him and the Bunnies, and your favourite to win the Dally M of the War, Jerome Hughes. Moving to the front row now, we have Mitch Barnett, who I thought was really good for the Wars, and Matt King. Wait, you mean Max King? Just look at Max King.
Yeah.
At hooker, we have Mitch Kenny. Second rower, this is we have Angus Crichton, who's probably taken that title from Viliami Kikau as the most informed second rower. And Cameron Murray, obviously he is a superstar. And at number 13, we have for the second week, or was it the third week now? A few weeks now, we have...
McInnes won it last week.
What? I don't remember that. But what did Keon get at the week before?
I think they had the bye.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay, makes sense, yeah. Well, anyway, we have Keon Koloa Matangi. And that is your team of the week, brought to you by the Natural Confectionery Company. No artificial colours, no artificial flavours.
I like that, man. Hey, someone shout out to them and get them to sponsor us, because could you imagine Natural Confectionery's big time player of the week? And then boom, they get this, just the one player of the week. Ooh,
they're famous for it's the ad, right?
Don't chop the dinosaur, Daddy.
Yeah, that ad, right?
Yeah,
great ad, man. I say
they're Australian too, so
Oh no, I take that back. fuck these cunts.
We don't have any candies. Cadbury's gone overseas because you used to work at Cadbury.
Yeah, true.
We should get into that one day for a story time in the off season. Talk about your time at Cadbury, just for the lols.
It's not really that exciting, eh?
You should talk about the one time I got fired from the cinema. I'd only been working there for a couple of months, but we'll save that story for the off season when we run out of sports to talk about. But anyway, Fano, this has been a goodish episode. I say goodish because man, that Wi-Fi been playing up.
Yeah, no, it was tough.
I don't really know what went on, and I've been
tough.
sick all weekend, so it was tough to keep up with what was going on over the weekend. But look, I appreciate you guys' time, and if you stay with us, look, I promise you, Thursday's episode will be way better than this. We'll sort out our technical difficulties, and we'll make sure that we put on a proper product for you guys. And remember, we're doing our Origin preview. We're doing our Origin thing on Thursday, so tap into that. Okay, Fano, make sure to tap into that. That's it from me, but thank you to all of our listeners around the world. We love and appreciate you all so much. I'm going to hand it over to Tu for the final word.
Yeah, look, we're going to wrap this one up super quickly. We've kept you around long enough. Sorry for the difficulties, Fano, but as always, we love the support both near and far. We will see you on Thursday. I think that's enough on both of us, so we will, everyone be safe, and I'll see you Thursday. Cheer to the cheer. Ma te wa.